All right, guys, welcome to another episode of Expert Expats. And we had a thrilling match yesterday, and what a conclusion. Series is still at a loss right now, 2-1 to England, but this feels like a moral victory for Indian team. Uh, तो गाइज मुझे तो बड़ा मज़ा आया ये मैच देख के. हम जो कंट्रोवर्सी भी हुई उसके बारे में एंड में बात करेंगे थोड़ा. बट अभी के लिए हम अगर सिर्फ टेस्ट के बारे में बात करते हैं एंड नॉट द लास्ट 15 मिनट्स, तो क्या लगता है कि इंडिया ने इस मैच में अच्छा खेला है, कमबैक किया है, या फिर स्टिल वी नीड अ लॉट ऑफ इम्प्रूवमेंट्स इन द नेक्स्ट टेस्ट गोइंग अराउंड?
So, see, overall, if we look at all the four matches, it's not like any team has done better or worse than other. Like even in the second test, England was not horrible. Means they had a decent run, but India was too ahead of them, like 600 plus run in first inning, I think. एंड उससे फिर वो लीड हो गया. अदरवाइज 300-400 उन्होंने भी बना दिए थे. एंड लास्ट डे में दे वर लुकिंग फॉर काइंड ऑफ विन. अगर ड्रॉ की तरफ जाते तो शायद वो भी ये कर लेते. एंड सेम हैपेंड विद इंडिया आल्सो इन द फर्स्ट एंड थर्ड टेस्ट. वी आल्सो लुक फॉर विन और उसकी वजह से ही हुआ. थोड़ा और ज़्यादा डिफेंसिव हो जाते तो शायद थर्ड टेस्ट भी हम बचा लेते. और इन द फर्स्ट टेस्ट आल्सो वी कुड हैव डिक्लेयर्ड लेटर. मतलब जो एंड में कॉलेप्सेस हुए, दैट वाज आल्सो बिकॉज ऑफ इंक्रीजिंग द स्कोरिंग रेट. तो इस मैच में क्या था कि देयर वाज अ क्लैरिटी कि इंडिया इज नॉट गोना विन दिस मैच, एंड देयरफॉर वी प्लेड more defensively. Although it's not easy to defend for 2 days, especially when you are 0 for 2.
Yeah.
Means two wicket for 0 runs. So overall, I think India has done really well throughout the series, and England also did well. The only thing we have to see if they give green wicket in last match. अभी तक चारों मैच में दिया नहीं है. And if they do, then we may see कि कुछ difference होता है कि like whether England is actually better than us in swinging condition. Because right now when we are playing on flat wickets, uh, all batsmen are of quality, even Indian side and English side. But major challenge comes when uh, it becomes very difficult. Means like for India it becomes difficult when we play on green pitches, and for foreign teams it's difficult when they play on dry pitches like spin pitches
हाँ.
of Asian countries.
बट
So that is what we have seen. Yeah.
सो ये तो हो गया पिच का. बट मेरे को ऐसा लग रहा है कि अभी तो ऐसा लग रहा है कि दोनों साइड के बॉलर्स थके हुए हैं. एंड इट्स लाइक द फर्स्ट स्पेल इज़ द बेस्ट स्पेल दे बोल, एंड देन आफ्टरवर्ड्स इट्स ऑल लाइक डिक्रीजिंग स्पीड्स एंड चेंजिंग लेंथ्स. बिकॉज हमें ऐसा लगता है कि इंडिया ने भी ख़राब बॉलिंग की है इस टेस्ट में, फिर पता चला कि इंग्लैंड ने भी खराबी की है. ऐसा दोनों साइड ने मतलब इक्वली ख़राब की है. सो इन अ वे ऐसा हो गया था कि बैटिंग पैराडाइज हो गया था. इवन दो द पिच वॉज डिसेंट, लाइक ऐसा नहीं था कि पूरे ही फ्लैट था. मतलब इट वाज डूइंग थिंग्स, बट द बॉलर्स वर नॉट बॉलिंग इन द राइट एरिया एंड दे क्लियरली फेल्ट अ लॉट टायर्ड. England especially because they had to bowl twice. So what do you think, Abhishek? What is going on with the workload management and everyone?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you guys already. If you remember, after Edgbaston test, we were talking about it, and I had said that India will lose Lord's test, and the Manchester will be draw, and the last one is something that will win. So I'm on course, but I thought that Manchester will be draw because of rain, and it didn't happen. And yes, you're exactly right. If you see the first spell when Shubman Gill came to bat, it was a bit hard for him to not nudge the ball, be careful. There were three or four appeals from Jofra Archer, and Jofra Archer is very much like Jasprit Bumrah in case that he can only be effective in one spell. After that, his line and length goes haywire. He just sprays down the leg, full outside off. Even the ball which took Shubman's Gill wicket was nothing special. I mean, it was like eighth stump ball. He could have left it. So I think it. And again, uh, I agree that the bowling has not been good, but this is the first match in which India's bowling looked insipid, and so did England's. But the major attribution for that would go to the pitch. The pitch was dead, dead as a dodo, no life on the pitch. I mean, this is kind of a pitch where you play one match for 5 days and then you play the next match on the same pitch, like what Pakistan did last year, right? So then that pitch would offer some life. So I'm hoping that oval should be a bit better, but unfortunately, oval is flattest wicket of all in England,
Yeah, because a lot
right?
of runs were scored, like
Exactly,
600,
exactly,
800 runs
exactly.
per score.
Yeah,
Simply scored 300 over there. So
exactly, exactly. The difference is that they scored with a Kukura ball and with Duke's ball, it's a bit harder. But then again, yeah, I agree with you. It's again going to be a run fest. The problem is, uh, uh, what uh, what they show before the match is a green pitch in almost every match, but they trim the grass in the morning. They know they won't be able to play Bumrah or let's say even Siraj to that extent because their batting is just average. You know, it's ours is a bit, you can say, new batting lineup because a lot of our guys are touring for the first time. Theirs is also relatively a couple of guys are there who are new like Harry Brook, but all in all, I would say their batting looks equal to us because of our bowling,
yeah,
and they are not going to offer something which is very spicy. Again, unfortunately, I think rather than doing that, what they will do is they will get in 2 or 3 fresh bowlers
yeah,
and give the same wicket.
yeah. Just
And
coming to the
exactly as
next
you
point.
said, tired bowlers, India is also going to do so.
Yeah, so
So
coming to the next point, like what would be the next changes for both teams? Like at least we'll talk about India first. So what India can do, because the thing is, at the end, it's all about taking 20 wickets, and now it's more about it because now both sides batsmen are going crazy about runs, and they can hold their wickets as well. So I think the wickets will make the difference in this series. So what do you think? Because if Bumrah is also a bit tired and we don't know how he's gonna play or not. So what are your playing 11s, or what do you think who will be the uh, bowlers we are bowling?
Yeah. So see, overall, I think there is one thing which we didn't have any chat before the last test. But yeah, there was one pattern which I have seen is why India actually does means like other bowlers actually does well when Bumrah is not playing. A lot of times when we see the situation when Bumrah plays, the other players are made to do the job of like just come and bowl.
Hmm.
So all the best facilities are being given to Bumrah. Like the end, he has to select new ball. He always go for 5-6 over spell. Same happened like in the third test that Akashdeep, who was very good with new ball, he did got it. Then Siraj has to wait, and in the second inning, Akashdeep had to wait for a long time. Although it was also heard that he was injured, but I don't know. Like things would have changed a lot. Means I don't know whether Bumrah will play or not, but India should stick to at least in the first spell that all the bowlers will not bowl more than 4 over spell
Hmm.
because uh, our guys are not like means if somebody who can actually deliver from the old ball, it's Bumrah, and we don't really want that because we want to give the best situations to Bumrah because we feel he can have the most of the impact. Earlier, there were people like Shami who can reverse the ball, and also he used to be the first change. So you can have Ishant and Bumrah as the new ball bowler, even though Shami was senior, but he has that caliber. Right now, I don't see even Siraj has it, and we see like Anshul Kamboj was given the new ball, then the things derailed from there. Although it was not fault of his own, but yeah, I think many times. So if you see like in ODI World Cup, Rabada used to be the first change
Hmm.
because they know like what Rabada can do, others can't do with the means like if you have NGD as the first change or Jensen as the first change, they can't do it. And Cummins do this thing because now he is sort of like a kind of very experienced bowler. So
Hmm.
and he is the leader, so he has to do the tough job. But yeah, in India, that's the problem. But yeah, I think if Bumrah is not gonna play, they should have Akashdeep, Siraj, and I think we don't have any other option than Prasid because Anshul don't even have the pace we expect him to deliver, and Arshdeep is injured. So yeah, I think and Siraj again 4 match old. I don't know how justified it is to allow him to play fifth match and also expect the same thing. So yeah, I think most of the thing has to be done by batsmen only this time as well. But yeah, I think Sundar has made it really difficult to have Kuldeep. If you want Kuldeep, you can think of replacing Shardul with Kuldeep. There is no other option,
Yeah,
I
but I
would say.
think maybe three spinners would be like overkill over on the flattest pitch ever, because you have spin only on fourth and fifth day if there is spin, so you can't just take
Yeah,
that
but I
gamble.
think we have to think it like 3-1. Sundar is there, Jadeja is there, but they are means like Sundar is bowling 67th over. So actually, you are playing with the four bowlers and Jadeja.
Hmm.
So it would be three bowlers and two spinner rather than 4-1. And Sundar is actually, I would say, better than Sudarshan and Karun. Whatever chances he has got, although he shouldn't come up the order, but at least as a pure batsman, he is better than the replacement we may have
Hmm.
uh, at number three.
And what do you think, Abhishek? What should be our playing 11? Or
Yeah,
uh,
I think instead of Shardul, it should be Kuldeep. The reason is that Sundar and Jadeja are see them like batters who can bowl. India is right now trying to do that, and another reason is not because of his spin, because we don't have any more bowlers. That's one issue, and we have to go by luck that we get fourth innings bowling, and then Kuldeep will be deadly, right? That is one thing. Second change, I'm definitely looking at this that Akash and Arsh both are going to play. Somehow I have this feeling both are fresh. Both had just a niggle. Akash had niggle and Arsh had a split webbing, but it was not that serious, so he's good. And third pacer, now there are three options. Bumrah, I don't think Bumrah is going to play because even in the late end of his 30th or 31st over, he looked very tired, right? So if a 9 days gap couldn't help Bumrah, this 3 days gap is not going to. And Siraj, Siraj is someone like if you ask him to bowl, he will bowl, but his effectiveness is down, and it was visible in the last match, right? So I think Siraj at least deserves a rest rather than asking him what he wants to do. I think he deserves a rest, but if you ask him, he'll never rest. And third option could be Prasidh, but then if you keep Prasidh, the problem is your three pace attack would be very new attack, like Prasidh, Akash, and Urs. So I think out of Siraj and Bumrah, one just might play because of the seniority, and I think Kuldeep will come in. One thing I would like to throw in for you guys to ponder upon. What do you think? Do they, because now they have seen what Washi can do, do you think they can drop Sudarshan and play Washi at three and then have one more batter in there? What do you
uh,
guys think?
maybe I still don't think. I think maybe if KL can keep, then Sudarshan can fit in the in at five spot, and that would make more sense. But I don't think they will make like KL keep, because he's already batting so well and he's
Yeah,
opening.
and
So
openers never keep in test match, so
yeah,
that's out of window. I think Jurel is confirmed playing.
Yeah,
That is there. Yeah, Jurel is
I think
confirmed playing.
Jurel is definitely going to play because as a batsman, there was no question. He
Yeah,
has delivered also whenever needed.
yeah,
And to be honest, the only replacement I see for Sudarshan is Abhimanyu Ishwaran, if you
yeah.
really want. Because at three, even Gill somehow he realized and have come down to four. It's not like something four is so important. Generally, the more difficult
three is
player
challenging. Yeah.
is number three.
And
So you
also
can't expect
because
Joshi to play at three or so Sudarshan, if you really want to replace, I think Ishwaran deserve a chance, and he can actually play because he's a top order batter. So yeah, means like extra better if you want. It has to be like three pacer. Uh, from Shardul's place, you can have another batsman, but who that person will be is also a question because there is no lower order batter other than Karun Nair, who is actually in the team. I think.
Yeah,
So
and
I think it. Yeah.
yeah, what do you think, Harsh? We were just discussing about the playing 11 for the next test. So, what do you think, according to you, what changes should be there, or according to the workload management of all the bowlers, what do you think, India or England, both sides, what do you think? What are the changes?
Thanks for the question there, Keyur. Sorry for joining in a little late, guys.
Ah, it's good.
But yeah, I did hear about other perspectives as well. What I personally believe is one of the main changes that everyone is talking about, or let's say the hot topic, is Kuldeep playing in.
Hmm.
And that by default means we are not shifting with Ravin Jadeja or Washri for obvious reasons, and then adding in Kuldeep. So that's going to be one thing that India is going to be something thinking about having a third spinner in. But as compared that to how we have any other pacer right now in, and as the workload management, I think it's a like for like replacement that he's gonna play in place of Shardul Thakur right now. Not like in like exactly, but at least he gets to bowl more
Hmm.
as compared to how much Shardul Thakur is bowling. Like last innings, I think it was only 11 overs from his side. I think Joe Root bowled more than that. So considering that, I think Kuldeep makes in. Instead of Anshul Kamboj, I am also under the impression, I think not Arshdeep maybe. I'm not so sure about what is the medical answer there, but I think Akashdeep is fit and back as far as I could read here and there. So I think Akashdeep comes in. Um, Dhruv Jurel in place of Rishabh Pant,
Hmm.
another one that they have asked about. I don't know why they have asked in Jagdishan to come in from all the way
Just
from
the
Tamil Nadu.
backup, like if Jurel gets a bit
If
injured,
something
then.
happens to Jurel also, I don't know. I also heard some outside talks about Ishan Kishan. I don't know whether it was only me or
uh,
someone else also. But I think it's Dhruv Jurel. And I don't think Sai Roshan is going to go out. I am
hmm.
just on a different thought. I think they only played two matches with him. And now to play any other guy, like it could be only Karun Nair who played. And I don't think they're going to continue. Because
They
playing
can't
any
take
other
risk.
player for one match is not going to make sense. So I think Sai Roshan continues. The
Hmm.
batting remains unchanged. Churel, Akashdeep, and Kuldeep, I think, are the three ones who will
And
change.
what about Bumrah and Siraj? Like, what are the workload management?
With this, I know this has been a lot of term. Like I think the Lord Slope and workload management are the two things I've been hearing every now and then. But for Bumrah, I think he bowled one innings. Like we should not consider this even like a complete one. I know he bowled a lot
Yeah.
of overs, around 30. Like, but then if we put it in a nice picture, I think he last bowled on 26th or something.
Hmm.
He didn't bowl after that. So he's been on the rest for the last 3 days. No, not even 26. Yeah, 26 a little while because while we were getting their tail, more bowling was on 25th, if you remember, when they're hammering us
Yeah.
for 500 plus. So it's been already 3 days of rest for him. He hasn't bowled anything for the last 3 days. Another 3 days to go. I don't think there should be a lot of issue. And I don't think Siraj will do the same.
Yeah, because the same thing happened with the Australia last test, that he was all like not unable to bat so ball even 1 over. So we don't want that to happen. So that's why we are thinking like maybe if a fresh bowler comes in, it's totally fine. Like we should be not more reliant on him.
I agree, but maybe just my thought is based more on quality as compared to quantity. Like you
Hmm.
can add in anyone, it's the same way. Maybe if it was Anshul Kamboj right now not playing the fourth match, you could have said that okay, let's try Anshul Kamboj in fifth match, and we know what could have been the answer there. We
Hmm.
didn't even complete proper overs with that pacer as well. I mean, probably the only pacer who didn't get a century.
Yeah, and yeah, maybe Bumrah can bowl lesser overs but still play in the game, and the rest two fast bowlers then have to contribute more.
Yeah,
In that
yeah.
case, maybe Kuldeep's won't make sense if one more pacer we are going with, and then we can have two spinners if necessary. So I really think that Kuldeep Yadav, even though he's good, but his case is really bad right now. I don't think he's gonna get bowling out of India. Maybe in India he'll be selected, but
I am optimistic on this one, considering if they could make us bat for 150, bowl for 150 overs. It's again the numbers game that we're talking about. We just wanting to have one more bowler. I still consider once the bowler's 40, 50 overs new for old, you need a spinner. I know we have two of them already, but it's okay if we have a third one who's a wicket taking option because even Sundar is not used that much. So let's stop considering it that format that we have an all rounder and we need to use everyone as a bowler. Uh, I don't think a fourth pacer right now will be making sense. Even we are not so sure about even Prasidh Krishna right now. Leave about anyone else.
Yeah. And mostly it comes to toss, like whatever the toss is, then the sad part is we have to select the team before the toss. And the thing, the more sadder part is we are always losing the toss. So like Gill has not won a toss since, like, I don't know, 2 years or
Last
more.
14 toss.
Yeah. So what do you think, like how important the toss would be, and what do you think that England would give us if they won the toss? Because most of the time they are giving us to bat first. So what do you guys think about? Is it important toss for oval? Because whoever bats first will pile up a lot of runs. Anyone?
Mm, I, I mean, I think it's inconsequential if you ask me. I mean, it's a catch-22 situation for India. The problem is that when India is defending,
Mm-hmm.
they have this fear of England trying to baseball again, like the first test, and win whatever they are chasing. And if India is chasing, okay, anything more than 125 for India is like 325. They are too much under the pressure. So I think, again, if Gill loses the toss, he won't be sad. I think he'll be just okay that I was confused what to take. So it's good to toss to lose, things
Mm-hmm.
like that. But given the condition of oval, you remember last time in 2021 when we won the oval match,
Mm-hmm.
there was a time that I think they were chasing 368 or 362, something like that, England, and they were 100 for 0. And then Shardul took the first wicket, and second was by Jadeja, I think. But after two wickets, it was a bit of calm. It looked like they will cruise, and then the ball reverse swinged, and Bumrah and Shami and co, everyone noticed it, and Bumrah took those two wickets of Bairstow and Oli Pope on reverse swings and Yorkers, and that opened up the game. So for that, I think the team would look for Bumrah, but somehow it felt, even when Bumrah was bowling after his 20th over, he looked very cooked. I mean, if a 9 days rest couldn't help him, I'm not seeing Bumrah play this match. The
So
only concern, or the only case where he would, is if the bowling attack looks very new. Otherwise,
so you are saying that Shardul should play?
I don't know. I think Kuldeep will play this match.
Mm-hmm.
Somehow I have a feeling that they are looking to swap a match winner with a match winner, Bumrah with Kuldeep.
Mm-hmm.
Though they are two very different kind of bowlers, but that's how their thought process would be. If Bumrah is not playing, Kuldeep is definitely playing.
Because in the interview, like Gambhir said that all the fast bowlers are fit
Those
right
are
now.
fine, yeah. But
So
but I take these PCs with a pinch of salt. I mean, they say anything, like
Agree.
anything and everything, yeah.
okay,
So yeah,
so
we'll know on that day.
so let's come to the main point of talk, and the main thing that was under a lot of scrutiny. That what is the spirit of cricket, guys? What do you think? What happened? Why the handshake was not accepted by Ravindra Jadeja or Shubman Gill from the dressing room? Didn't indicate anything. What happened, guys? What do you think? And is this moral enough? Are Indians very centric on personal milestones and not caring about the cricket? And is Ben
I think
Stokes
shaking. Sorry. Continue.
is Ben Stokes ever gonna get an IPL contract next?
Uh, yeah, so I think uh, shaking hands before completing full overs is completely against the spirit of cricket.
Yeah.
I don't think Jadeja and Washington should have done that. Harry Brook deserved to bowl more. Like he was trying, and means why just have 100 against Brook? You should have 150 against Brook.
Yeah.
There are 10 more overs. At least one of them could have reached there. But yeah, I think see, it's all about psychology. It's not just about milestones. Uh, uh, the psychological confidence Washington and Jadeja would have. after those hundreds is completely different from what they could have had even if they were on 99. And same way, like for English players, Ben Stokes would definitely want to get more rest to his bowlers as soon as he realized, and he did do that. Uh, Shaking hand was just like kind of another strategy to play those mind games and all. He also know, like at least at the back of his mind, especially in a match where their own player has surpassed some biggies on overall run, and we all know like how they celebrated the milestone. So see, if it is always about just win and lose, cricket won't have been that entertaining throughout the game. It should be just like it's basically the full process, even though at the end what matters is who won and who lost. But you really remember those amazing spells and milestones and everything. So yeah, I don't think waiting for your century to complete is any way against spirit of
Yeah,
cricket, especially when it's not affecting your team's result.
yeah, and like two more overs, and who cares? Like bowl two more overs. Like if you asked once, like fine, you don't have to keep asking him. You don't have to keep torturing the batsmen. That please accept the handshake, and even after the game, Ben Stokes didn't shake hands with Jadeja and Sundar, which was very unsportsmanlike, I feel. And even after the in the press conference, he did appreciate them both, but he was still against the fact that they should have just handshook and ended the game. So, what do you think, Harsh? Was this spirit of the cricket, or what do is it double standard from in England team?
No, I have an interesting outlook for this. I'm not saying I'm not going to say that that was something right that they were wanting to do. They were doing what's the best for them. If you look at Ben Stokes as a captain, if you put him in, yourself in those shoes, you don't want any of your bowler to get any more tired. You know there's a 3 day turnaround. At least as a bowling unit, if we just talk about the workload management for them, Chris Wokes has been playing all matches. Brandon Cars has been playing all the matches. Ben Stokes himself has been bowling long spells. Only the spinner is the one who changed. Now even Jofra has played two back to back, and for them they had been bowling for the last 2 days. They bowled on 26th also, 27th also, and now they if they get a bowling, it's probably that they're bowling on 30, 31st also
Yeah,
again.
three
So
times they're bowling.
from his side, he was playing a smart move. He didn't want it to continue barring the milestone. He should have been thinking about it at the same time. But here, I think this handshake gesture, that was the comments on it, that was something that was not needed.
Hmm.
Him asking for a handshake was good, but that's the same thing that something happens to us, like that story. Like once you don't get the grapes, now they're sour. So he just wanted a handshake. If that happened right then everything would have been calm. But now because you denied something like this, he had to get back with some kind of an answer there.
Yeah, but
So
even that's okay. But after the game, obviously everyone shakes hand. Whatever happens, that he didn't do. So as a captain of England team, that was a bit sour.
yeah, I
So
think the same thing happened there also. I think I think it just took. He was just in the revenge mode. I saw one of the other. I was there. I was watching the match live actually. If you remember when Jadeja completes his century, actually I think it's Zach Crawley or Liam Johnson who comes to shake hands,
hmm.
and Sundar doesn't do the same. So yeah, it was going on with the same thing. If you haven't seen that one, you can see it.
I,
The celebration of Jadeja in the background, you can see someone with a hand.
Yeah, yeah, it was Harry Brook. Yeah.
So it
so
happened with
Abhishek,
a
what do
lot
you
of
think?
times on the handshake thing.
Yeah, one point actually, this Barmy Army fellas had tweeted that as soon as the match got over, Stokes shook hands with both of them and then walked towards that direction, and then everyone that customary handshake that happens during that time, Stokes didn't because he already had.
I heard the
So
same actually.
yeah, he had. If you go to the Barmy Army's Twitter, no, you will see that. Yeah,
But
Yes,
is there a video evidence? Can we do
yeah, yeah,
DRS on that?
yeah. There is a video evidence.
I also want to see that. I've been hearing the same. I
Yeah,
haven't seen
Yeah,
the video
yeah.
evidence.
No, I
evidence
have seen that.
video.
I have seen that. I saw the tweet, and in reply I saw that, oh, actually he has shaken the hand, so it's fine. And again, no moral policing here. I think Stokes was. It's his right to ask for a draw, and it was India's right as well to decline it. Right? Why people are pissed is because what happened after that. right? Like saying, "Oh, you're going to score a century on Brook and Duckett." You go on, use Flintoff, whoever you want to. I mean, they will score century on anyone. So it's like belittling your centuries by saying things like, "Ah, you are going to score century on Ben Duckett or someone like that," right? And I mean, if it was Ricky Ponting, he would have played till the end of the day
Yeah,
just to tire the English bowlers, and he would have been right in doing so. I mean, these are like kind of strategies and plans. You have three pacers. India's plan should be like tire them out. Let them not play the fifth match at all. I mean, if it was Ashes, there was going to be a lot of drama,
yeah,
right? And more than Indian media, it's Australian media who is giving back to them in the news today. So I don't think there is anything morally thing. I always think that Britishers, when they play, they always have this some consciousness that we have invented this game and we are somehow bigger than everyone else, and they knock up these words like spirit and blah blah blah, and they are the ones who never follow the spirit of the game actually. So I didn't find anything wrong. It was good. I mean, Jadeja could have played 10 more overs for all I care. It was a good thing that India did, so no worries there.
yeah. Even I think like if I was a captain, I would have made England bat,
Yeah.
bat for 5 overs.
If you're talking about actually the game, the spirit of game, na, I actually had a similar incident in the whole test. The spirit of the game, like how it's an unknown rule that you don't bowl bouncers to a number
Exactly.
11.
Yeah.
You don't bowl on the leg of a fractured person.
Yeah,
Yeah.
same.
And
That could have been the spirit of the game.
yeah, on top of that, I'm not sure because I missed that version when the match was going on, but I heard that they were scruffing the ball with their shoes to make it reverse swing. They were throwing the ball on the side
Yeah,
pitch.
Side pitches.
So, yeah,
Virat
right.
Kohli did
So
get warning. Yeah,
these exactly are signs of not going by the spirit of the game. So they just usually bring up this stupid word of spirit of the game. There shouldn't be this discussion at all that there's a spirit of the game and all. So yeah, India was very right to do so.
Something I think this is just something that's now in the format of a law. This is subjective then it becomes very
Yeah,
subjective. Like you can say what even Mulder did was the spirit of the game, but you can also say he was stupid. So it's just your
yeah,
personal call. Where is the line for you?
yeah,
yeah. Because the thing is, both coaches are totally different. Like Gautam Gambhir is different and McCullum is different. But I don't think McCullum would ever suggest English people, English players to do such things because he himself is a great person and he does maintain spirit of cricket a lot. But I don't know, these English players from their own beliefs and senses, they act like this. So and Gautam Gambhir is totally different. He's like he had a fiery press conference, and he was just even if the like reporter asked a very normal question, he would just answer it in a very angry way. So
yeah.
I like that, fine, but like also back it up with a proper plan on the test as well. So what do you guys think for Gautam Gambhir so far? How he has been? Is he the right coach for Indian team? And we have lost a lot of games under him now. We have never lost so many tests.
Apart from the 3-0 New Zealand, there was nothing too, too means like I would say extraordinary which has happened. Beating Sri Lanka in Sri Lanka, even Rahul Dravid wasn't able to do it really well when he just went there. So they are not the erstwhile Sri Lankan firepower, but they many times surprises like we have seen in the Asia Cup as well a few years back. And I think we did really well against Bangladesh. Then in Australia also, it was not the same Australia of 21 23, sorry, 2019 and 2021 when we played there. So this was the world champion Australia having a really good complete bowling attack. Even the fourth bowler is ball length, so you
So
can
do you
understand
expect
like.
it to win these test matches because our team is way capable in terms of talents and we are still not able to defeat the Sena countries. I really don't care about Sri Lanka and Bangladesh and all that because we always
No, I
win
think
against them in this.
see uh, if I remember like the time even when Gambhir used to play, we
Hmm.
used to say we need one person to hit 100 in England, our players are scoring 50s and 40s, and that's why we are not even scoring 300 kind of runs. If you look at this 3-4 test, although the series is 2-1, that's not the case that India was completely out of the game and we were being thrashed like means like McCallum did got really bad results compared to that when he went to Pakistan, and
Ashes.
also like in some other matches like including the Ashes at home. But still they so I think just judging based on these two series, which are the two toughest series for India always, is not the right thing. Yeah, if he again loses in India against any team, that would be, I think, the last day of his career in Test cricket. But yeah, he's amazing. Like white ball as a captain, as a coach, I think he is amazing there. He is doing the right thing, and the best thing which I think Gautam Gambhir has done is uh, retiring two people who were not really that great, to be honest, at least in the last 2 years or 4 years period. And I think people say these are flat pitches and all, but you can really see the difference when KL Rahul plays and when Shubman Gill plays in England. This won't have been the case. The last test itself is a prime example. This won't have been the case if those two players were actually playing this test series. They would have had 1 to 100, but not the kind of consistency which we have seen right now.
Yeah, that was my next point. Is that right thing? I'm okay with Rohit Sharma retiring, but Kohli still had few years in his bank, and I really, if Jadeja can hit centuries and also ball a lot, I think Kohli just has to bat, and he is the best batsman India has, and he somehow retired because team management didn't back him. So, what do you guys think? Because Joe Root is now second after Sachin. So, and Kohli has not even completed 10,000 runs. So, and he's clearly like, if you see, Virat Kohli is better batsman than Root, but the numbers won't suggest that. So, what do you guys think? What is it? Was that right of Indian management to not back Kohli, or was it Kohli himself declaring retirement? What do you think?
No, I was just actually on the similar kind of thought. I don't think these are some of the answers that we are not ever gonna get in
Yeah.
a clearer picture for that who did so. And to be very honest, it's okay. India has always been having a superstar phenomena for people and for batsmen. Somehow, I think when it changed to bowlers, now when you talk about a match, when you lose a match suddenly, now no matter how much did you bat, you start looking for bowling people, and you suddenly realize, oh, we didn't ever appreciate the bowlers that much. We were always looking for what is the kind of batting unit that we have. So
Hmm.
it's okay, I think, with such kind of person retiring. I'm not saying anything regarding his stats or other things, but it's okay with if one or two people were having that much kind of an aura on the team, and right now team had to focus on other prospects. It's still okay. Similar word maybe saying on the coaching side also, like when we talked about Gautam Gambhir as a coach and others. Uh, at certain points, I think if you have the right set of players, there is very little that the coach could do. Even at the things that we're talking about right now, we would be talking about the coach if he makes some drastic changes in the team. Like suddenly someone drops from opening up, or you have a different kind of a trio playing as the bowling unit. Suddenly, everyone being dropped. But I don't think such a thing has been happening. So not a lot thing can be done in such format. If Joe Root is playing good, there's nothing that the coach has to do in extra in that. Joe Root is playing good, he's playing good. He's just playing the player at the same spot. I think transition is going to be always a tough time when you have two, three, four people leaving the team suddenly in a time span of 3, 4 years. It's not just this one. Losing Ashwin in the same format. Now you suddenly have Washington Sundar in there, so you're all good with it. But yeah, there's bigger players retiring, and then you have smaller ones to take over. That is something which I think the coach can play a role. Otherwise, I think it's pretty much. I think it's a good holiday job.
Yeah, because Gambhir said the same thing. Like, if someone mentioned like India is going to transition, he got angry. Like, this is not transition. This is like only players and inexperienced players. So I'm like, fine. Eventually, it is defined like that. But maybe we just associate some words as bad and good. So we
Yeah.
have that reaction. Um, but yeah, I mean. if Gambhir thinks that the and he also said that he we are not dropping any player, that Karun Nair wasn't dropped. We are just playing the best 11 right now. Uh, so again, that was also contradictory. If you had the best 11, then why did you not play Sai Sudarshan first? And then eventually now you are playing him because now he's the best in the 11. It made no sense because most of his answers came from anger. I felt, I don't know if that's his base nature or what is it.
Gambhir, Gambhir is also a politician. You have to remember that.
Um, do you think like coach has the right say of picking in the selection, like in the selection of the squad? I don't think so at always that he is the one who's selecting the squad always.
Hmm. Yeah, but yeah, team management coach and captain. But I don't think Gill is going to say much because he's a new captain and he would mostly back whatever team management is deciding.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, Abhishek, what do you say?
I think
Mm. Recently, Ajit Agarkar has been very much involved in selecting teams, and he is always there in every match. And I think it's a combo of Gambhir and Agarkar's team. I would say those who are fielded. Gill would have this freedom of taking the calls on field, like who to ball, when to change the spell, and sometimes when they see that the things are not going their way, they during the water break or something, they'll just go and give some message that change the ends or do things like that. And it's okay. Every new captain should get that support from the management. What I think is. Out of all the three test series that he has so far coached, the most the one which would have resulted in X falling on him would have been the New Zealand series, because it was a home series,
Yeah.
and eventually what happened is the X is fell on Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli. So they are like, okay, you guys, and on your question of Virat Kohli, I think I somehow think that what Hers said is correct, that we would never know. But I think Rohit Sharma would have been asked to go, while for Virat Kohli it would have been like, we are going to give you 2 or 3 tests in England, and if you don't perform well, then start a bye bye. And Kohli is egoistic person, he won't take that. He would say that, okay, I'll resign, and that's the scenario that I'm thinking would have happened. And because those two guys, they played a Ranji match, if I'm not wrong, just before this. And why would they if they didn't want to play tests anymore? So yeah, but no crying over spilled milk. I would say is it's fine, totally fine. Now this young team, I think very much his future, Gambhir's future, will depend on the result of this series. If it's 2-2, then he has something to show,
Yes.
definitely, right? He can say that it was a young team and blah blah blah. Everything that he listens to in press conference, he'll say the same thing to the BCCI. And but if it's 3-1, then I think the red ball coaching of his could be in danger. Could
Yeah,
be.
because
Yeah.
right now we are on the fourth spot, and if you even if we win, then we are 20 points still on the fourth spot. So,
Mm.
what do you guys think on the Test Championship uh, perspective? Like, does India have the chances with this team of moving forward, or do we still need any other changes from the? Uh,
How many home matches are we having? Depends on that.
yeah. So, what was the next series we are having? I think
West Indies, I think. I think it should be West Indies.
we are clean sweeping that because Australia clean swept West Indies and
Yeah, yeah, yeah. West Indies and then South Africa, I think, both in 25. Away series, we have New Zealand, which will be hard. Which will be hard. And Australia home series in 27, right?
yeah,
I think 3 home, 3 away. One away is
England
Sri
is
Lanka.
coming to home. I think next
No, no, New
next
Zealand.
weeks.
We are going to New Zealand. So home series are South Africa, West Indies, and Sri Lanka, I think, and away series are New Zealand. Uh, New Zealand. Okay, sorry. Away series are New Zealand, England, and Sri Lanka. Home series is South Africa, Australia, and West Indies. Yeah.
Yeah, I just checked. So Yeah, what does this test team need as changes from our domestic pool?
The I'm okay with the new team. I'm okay with everything. I'm okay with trying new players. I'm okay with everything. The only concern I have is Gautam Gambhir should stop this white ball mentality of having players who can bat,
Yeah.
bowlers who can bat. I don't like it. You need at least four proper bowlers when you travel. In India, it's okay because even Jadeja can come on number 9 and score a century very easily in Rajkot, right? In India, it's fine. Just two spinners are sometimes more than enough. But when you are going to Sena tours, have your pace battery charged up. Have two or three in the fray so that if someone gets injured, you don't have to call someone up from India. Like Harshit Rana and Kamboj case was so not well done, right? And the plan. One thing that Gambhir could look forward to is to do what Kohli did, have the pace battery again ready for the at least the next generation, because everyone is on the other side of the 30. Bumrah, Shami, Shant is gone, Umesh is gone almost, right?
Yeah.
So he needs to have a pace battery, and please make them play maybe max two formats, not all format bowlers, because they're bowlers. They can't play all the three formats. And if he plans that, and if he does that well, I think the results will be just a byproduct. So yeah,
Yeah, I think West Indies in October,
yeah, yeah.
and
Then South Africa in, I think November, if I'm not wrong, November, December.
South Africa in November. Yes, yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, that is two tests, and
Yeah.
West Indies two tests, and
Sri Lanka in next year sometime.
yeah.
I
So
I agree with what actually Abhishek said. To be, it's like a paradox that we talk about. If I ask anyone right now, what do you trust more, India's batting or bowling? I think
batting.
most will come with an answer of batting. And then the fun part of the paradox is, now when you're choosing a bowler, you're choosing a bowler who can bat. So basically, you by default said that you trust the batting because the bowling is not good. Okay, so that means you need a bowler, but you need a bowler who bats. You don't need you don't want anyone else. You want Shardul Thakur. So that's again clearly defines the same thing. You initially were under the impression that the batting should have been good, so that you cover up with proper bowlers playing on. But I also don't like this mentality. I also read that Crickbuzz, someone's comment that the person doesn't like Shardul because he's always don't know whom to player. So yeah, I also want maybe specialists to play in such kind of formats. I think one of the last specialists that we had, at least for test match, I don't know whether there was anyone else in the middle, might have forgotten there. I think that was Shreyashwar Pujara, the one who
Yeah.
was just playing one format there. The rest, I think there have been number of players, and there at a point I also thought maybe Hanma Vyari is also the same guy that you only play during test.
Even
You don't
Rahul.
need to play ODIs and anything else because Hardik Pandya is already there. You don't need another seam all rounder, but I don't see him playing nearby. So maybe just one or two all rounders, which is already confirmed for a while with Washi, maybe, and maybe with Jadeja coming in, even Akshar Patel when we go back to India. Specialist will be doing a much better job, be it on the batting side or be it on the complete bowling side.
Because we really need someone who is like a Ben Stokes character, who's a. We have Nitish Kumar Reddy, but maybe if he, I don't think he can add any more kilometers. But if we have such a bowler who can bat a bit, which is fine if he doesn't bat, but he can bowl more like Ben Stokes. Like even after 8 years, Ben Stokes, his bowling has been top notch in this series. He's the best bowler for England right now. And once he starts bowling, not bowling, so now England can't take big wickets.
Yeah, I think the biggest problem with India is we don't have anybody like Tim Southey or Marco Jensen or Michelle Stark or Pat Cummins. A specialist bowler doesn't mean like he has to be James Anderson always. He even if he is playing five balls, you have to play on every five ball that yes, he is there, he is defending for us. The problem starts because our core bowler, like be it Akashdeep, they generally don't have means we don't even have that confidence on them that they can even stay for half an hour with the main batsman. So if your tail starts at 7 and this tail is such that if they combine score 20 runs, it's really great. then you can't blame Gambhir for what he is doing. If he wanted that Sundar and Jadeja, we were losing even this test.
Yeah.
It's not like our bowler were there to defend. We know, like in the last test as well. We really appreciate the effort of Siraj and Bumrah, but we actually appreciated it because we don't expect even this thing from them, and we have seen like Ashton Nagar scoring 100 at number 11, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I think that's the problem, that our bowlers, when they are specialist, they don't want to bat, and our batsmen, when they are specialist, they don't want to bowl. So when they just feel that they can't just fulfill the role and make a cut in the team with their pure class, then only they try to do the other things, like KL wanted to keep when he wasn't sure. Rohit wanted to bowl when he wasn't sure. As soon as they become surety, nobody can touch me now, they don't want to do this extra effort, and that's something which is unique about Ravindra Jadeja. He has always done that for India, and we are, I would say, also a bit of thankless in the kind of
Yeah.
service he has done compared to any other player in the country for so many years.
And people were talking about dropping him before the series started and saying that he should retire. Now look at him. He's like he has more batting average than Churu in the series.
How you also mentioned that, Shoaib, I think these things. While if you look a little back in the test Indian test team, you just remember some of the players that could maybe do such kind of things. I used to hear the same thing that maybe Anil Kumble could also bat in for a longer period of time. You could hear the same thing. Maybe even Bhaji could go and swing their bat. Zahir Khan did it a couple of times. Ajit Agarkar used to hit so many. I
He
was
hit a
shocked to see
hundred.
that he
He,
had the fastest 100 there. So they were crazy. But at the same time, when you also look at, that's what I'm saying. Maybe the problem at times we are just looking for the those people on the bowling side who are not that great there. Maybe you just need options at that time. Like at the place of Shardul Thakur, you are basically looking for a bowler who can bat a little because you want to stretch the tail. Rather, you could also have a complete batsman who can just bowl little, maybe. Like it's just in the consideration where in the previous time, some of the great batsmen, be it Sachin, Sehwag, Gongli, Yuvraj, others, they would bowl. Raina,
yeah, they can
they
move.
would bowl on the top. Now it looks like a pretty flat format. Like basically, if you remove the batting for Yashasvi and Sudarshan, if they're out on the first ball, you can't do anything with them in the whole match. Like because once they're gone, there's no second dimension there, which sometimes I think hurts a little. Was happy to see it with some other players recently, with maybe with Abhishek Sharma also doing that thing, Rinku Singh trying to do the same one. Surya Kumar Yadav could win us a match in the T20 bowling. So
Yan
I
Parag.
think, yeah,
Yeah, but that is more of a white ball thingy, that what
Yeah.
you're talking about. I mean, in red ball, the part timers are only used to change the ends for a premium bowler, right? And that is actually the reason why in the red ball you should have four bowlers who can take 20 wickets in every test match. Be the pitch be maybe dead as these England pitches are, or even if they are like somewhere in Australia or South Africa. So I think you can say that I had an extra batter, two extra batters. That's why the top batters had the freedom and they scored 500. Well, okay, good. But your bowlers also got hit for 600, right? If your bowlers were able to take 600 wickets, they would have made just 300. You didn't need to make 500, right? So I think that's the one mentality that I would like to see the change in Gautam Gambhir. Otherwise, I see that coaches are mostly man managers, and they also need sometimes time, like
Yeah.
young captain needs time, coaches also need time. I mean, whenever something happens, we knives are out that Shastri ko hatao, then there was this Dravid ko bhi hata do, abhi Gambhir ko bhi hatao. So that is not the solution, I would say. The solution should be to inculcate a type of coaching that you want to do, and that should be that we have to win away tours.
I think.
The poll who will win the next match.
Oh, the poll. Yeah. Who do you think will win the next?
India.
I think it will go towards a draw unless and until England doesn't prepare a baseball pitch again.
And Shoaib? I say
I
India
think
win.
England because they have more options to replace in bowling. We don't, so
Yeah.
they may have a bowling
I was so
alternative.
jealous
That's why.
that in England has so many pacers that they can just replace anyone, like replace the whole squad and still have 20
And I
wickets.
think Wood is also available. Uh,
Tongue,
at
Gus
least
Atkinson.
initially it was called.
No, no, no worries, guys. India is winning this.
All right, great. So, guys, that was our expert expat episode on fourth test, England versus India. And right now, India is behind by 2-1 to England. And let's see if we can bounce back and draw the series. And because the World Test Championship points are also on the line, and India should win this because a lot of things are behind, and most of the things are against us because our bowlers are a bit tired and they have lot of bench strength. Uh, yeah, let's see what happens. But you guys comment in this comment section. What do you think? Who should play? Who should replace whom? And please do like the video and subscribe to the channel. We'll be coming up with the podcast soon next for the next test. Stay tuned, guys, and do share with your friends. Bye bye.